In this video, I'll show you how to draw your magic hexagon. Step 1. Find the center of your page. You can measure halfway down the page and halfway across the page with your ruler, and then just make a small mark at that point. You can also use a straight edge and draw 2 lines corner to corner on a diagonal across your paper, and then mark the point in the middle where they intersect. Or you can just eyeball it. Step 2 is to draw a circle. I'm going to show you how to draw a circle using a string, but you can do it using a compass, protractor, or you can just trace something circular that you have in your home. Try to make sure that the dot we just made in the middle of the page is in the middle of your circle. Step 3 is to divide your circle in half vertically and horizontally by drawing a line that goes through the center point in each of those directions. This will divide your circle into 4 quarters. The next step is to divide each of your quarters into 3 sections. So I'm drawing a little dot around the circumference, or that outer line of my circle, representing where I'm going to draw each of my lines that I'll use to divide each quarter. It's important that when I draw the line to divide each quarter into its 3 sections, that I make sure my pencil touches both the little tick mark I just made around that outer edge and also goes through the central point of the circle. You can measure this using a protractor, but I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. For step 5, I'm going to use my ruler and I'm going to measure and mark every 1 inch along each of the dividing lines that I just drew. So now I'm marking it 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, and then I'm at the border of the circle. So my circle is about 8 inches wide. Depending on the size of your circle, you may need to change the distance that you make your tick marks. So for example, if your circle is only 4 inches wide, you might want to measure every ½ inch. For step 6, we're going to use our ruler again as a straight edge and begin to connect the dots we just drew. So I'm lining up my ruler and I am connecting the first dot I made up and on a diagonal to the second dot that I made. And ultimately this will end up making kind of a star design. I'll repeat this all the way around the circle. Next, I'll use my ruler again to connect the point, each point of the star, to the next tick mark up on the line. Again, I'll repeat this all the way around the circle. For step 8, we're essentially going to repeat step 7. So I'm going to go to each point of the star I just made and draw a diagonal line connecting up to the next tick mark. Lastly, if you want to, you can go ahead and ink your drawing. I would especially recommend this if you're going to use watercolor to add color to this piece so that your lines stay nice and crisp and visible. But again, this is optional. Don't forget the last step to take a great photo and submit.